Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Steven. So this week's blog is entitled Self-Dentistry, and it may come off as being a little self-serving, but it's something that I think needs to be broadcast, quite candidly. Over the last number of years, I have, as many lawyers have had, numerous conversations with people that are 100% prepared to handle their legal affairs on their own. And there's an old joke that the worst client in the world is a lawyer that represents himself. I would say that that could be extrapolated to also include somebody who appears what we call improper, basically representing themselves without the benefit of having a legal education. There's a caveat or corollary to this, and that is people that rely on others for their legal advice. Now, some of you clearly rely on me, and I'm honored that you do so. But not all the people who do blogs or who do YouTube videos or things like that are necessarily attorneys, nor are they necessarily experts in the field of firearms law. Firearms law is a very, very small niche field. And oftentimes people, enthusiasts that happen to be lawyers, will sort of dabble in it. And sometimes they come up with things that are entirely reasonable and sort of philosophically interesting, but they may not necessarily articulate the exact position of two-way jurisprudence at any given time. So really the purpose of the blog is to remind people that, if you do find yourself in a legal quandary or you have legal questions that need to be answered, always seek the guidance of an actual licensed attorney, okay? More specifically, if what you're doing is potentially going to imperil you or certainly could affect your legal health, you want to make sure that you get the advice from somebody who specializes in firearms law. I'll be quite candid. If you were to come to me and ask me questions on estate planning, I would essentially refer you to another attorney who's more versed in estate planning issues. If you were to come to me and ask me about DUI defense, I would absolutely refer you to somebody who focuses on DUI defense. As if you were to go to them, they typically would refer you to me. So, understand what you're getting, research, and don't necessarily accept as doctrine what somebody wrote, especially when you are failing to look at the date as to when that stuff was written. Stuff that was produced by other lawyers that I've seen back in 2006 are absolutely valid for 2006 and completely wrong for 2020. So that's another facet that also has to be looked at. In any event, I hope you enjoyed the blog. If you have any questions or any comments, you can always contact me at steven@artemishq.com. And as always, I want you to train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. And above all else, stay safe.